righty. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show with Mike, with T-Roy. What up, T?
Hey, pal.
How are you, buddy?
I am all right. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
I think you got a little pep in your step today.
Yeah, a little bit.
I like it.
I've been battling a Lego upstairs.
Oh.
Just throwing me for a loop. I got this awesome pickup truck Lego for Christmas.
Did you?
Yeah, I did.
Sweet. That sounds awesome.
You know, I have the best friends and family, but yeah, it's thrown me for a bit of a wrench, and I'm not used to that. It's been a bit since I did some more upper level Legos.
Okay.
And I've got one that's on the horizon. That's you know,
Some next level
shit? A monster, and it's like, okay, you better get your fucking game on, son. If you're gonna tackle that,
Yeah.
you can't be tripping up at the goal line with you know, this pickup truck one, because it's like a mix between their Technic brand and their regular Legos,
Okay.
which is, you know, a lot more engineering, like harder to put together kind of thing. They stay together more. They're not as flimsy.
Yeah.
But they all kind of have the same style when you're building them from the ground up. And if you're not paying attention,
It just
will
takes
fuck
one.
that up.
One misstep.
and it throws off the net, you know.
Oh, yeah.
And a lot of times you don't figure it out for 10 moves.
Yeah.
And then you got to reverse engineer everything you
yeah.
just did. Yeah, and I did that like 3 times with this thing, and I'm not happy about it, T. I'll be
Yeah,
honest with
I've
you.
run into
I'm
those.
having a lot of fun, but I'm not happy about it.
I feel like I got things covered. I know how to do this. I got it.
Yeah, in my sleep.
Yeah. And then you get to the end, you're like, where the fuck does this go?
Oh, shit. There's no way, because Lego does this bullshit thing where they add like a handful of extra pieces in every pack, and they're usually tiny little things. So I've learned over the years, if you've got like a big block left,
That's a boo-boo.
that's not something they're just going to leave as an extra piece.
Gotcha.
At all. Yeah. And so when you go, oh, I missed a whole page, because that whole pile of shit should be in this build.
Why do I still have a bag of stuff?
Yeah, that shouldn't be like that
Bag
at all.
72. What's bag 72? What's
Holy
this doing?
I didn't see bag 72. Yeah, so I'm dealing with that, but other than that, I'm in a pretty damn good mood.
That's
I
excellent.
Got out of the house, did some errands.
A little more sun out today. See,
I didn't see the sun. Well, a little bit earlier, but
Earlier, yeah.
yeah. I've got, you know, it's one more headache on top of another. I'm replacing something like for the front door, like a doorknob thing that broke the lock, and now one of the pieces, I got the repair that I needed, and then the piece that ties it all together is missing. It's like
that's going to be a problem.
It didn't just walk off, you know, so it's got to be around here somewhere. unless
Maybe
got
it
tossed.
rolled away like
It's oval. It'd have a hard time rolling away. I
the
think.
meatball off the spaghetti.
Yeah.
On
Yeah.
top of spaghetti,
Yeah.
all covered with
cheese.
cheese. I lost my poor meatball when somebody sneezed.
God, I haven't heard that song.
It rolled off of the table and onto the floor. I lost my poor meatball when it rolled out the door. Yeah.
God, dude.
How about that?
I haven't heard that probably since I was 6.
Me either.
Really?
I mean, I can't remember the last time
You must have sung it to your daughters or
That's very
something.
possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. I haven't heard that in forever.
Yeah, well,
Anyways,
we're getting that minute back.
let's mention our dear friends at Zott Ford. New car inventory is growing, and when inventory grows, so do the savings. A full lot means a better selection, and a better selection means dreamy deals, of course. Best of all, when you visit our friends and OG sponsors, Zott Ford and Holly, you get both. So if you bought out your lease in the past year or two because there was nothing to choose from and the deal sucked, then today's your lucky day. There's no need to spend money on new brakes, tires, or maintenance. Just trade that turd in and get $2,000 more than it appraised for when you purchase or lease a new Ford Escape, Edge, or Explorer at Zott Ford. As a matter of fact, you can trade in almost any used car and get the extra $2,000 when you get that new whip. Need more deals? How about 0% financing? Yes, 0% on many new vehicles in stock at Zott. Plus, our boy Gabara and the team will toss in a Ford Factory trifold tonneau cover at no charge on every new F-150 you buy or lease in the month of January. Clearly, an expanding inventory generates beautiful bargains. You can check out both when you go and visit dealsinthed.com. Also want to mention, of course, radiofor1.com. The site is active. I know some people are still finding it for the very first time. You can get the Amazon link there, Amazon Canada, Groupon, MyPillow, use promo code TDC. Link to our Patreon page, which is always good.
Absolutely.
Join us there.
They are our favorite listeners.
Oh, by far. It's not even close.
Yeah.
Our Patreon. Find folks there. And send us emails, too. walters@detroitcast.com. We get your emails. Thank you to the people that sent some today. I will read a couple of those later.
Excellent. Speaking of the Patreon, we do have a new member.
Excellent.
Yes.
I like to hear that.
We have Chris Saraki.
Saraki.
Yeah, we're going to go Saraki. I think. Now, are you
CH Chris or a K Chris?
It's a CH. Assuming that's
Okay.
dude.
Yeah, I would hope so.
I'm thinking that's dude.
Are there any Chris's with a... Yeah, Chris Draper is a
K?
Is a Chris with a K.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Chris Christopherson
Yeah.
is a Chris with a K.
Yep.
Look at that.
So I don't know who... for a minute there, I was thinking I didn't trust male Chris's with a K.
What about Chris Kringle?
I think Chris Kringle's a K.
I think that is a K as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know a movie I saw over the holiday,
What did you see?
which I really enjoyed?
What's that?
Fred Claus.
Fred Claus.
Yeah, he's Santa Claus's brother.
Okay. Is that
His
like,
older
Is
brother.
that like Craig Christ?
Yes.
Okay.
It
All
is.
right.
It's Vince Vaughn plays Fred,
All right.
Santa's older brother.
I think I remember.
My brother's like, "You've never seen this movie?" I'm like, "No, I don't think I have." It's got
it rings a bell, but I don't.
who's the kid that likes blowing little boys?
A kid that likes blowing
No,
little boys?
a man that likes blowing little boys. One of my
Michael
favorite
Jackson.
actors. No.
Oh, Kevin Spacey.
Kevin Spacey.
Hey,
Thank you.
there you go.
Yeah. Likes blowing like 14-year-old boys. Or
I
something.
think so. Yeah, it seems to be his thing.
Yeah.
That's his jam.
Which, we got to talk to some more of the gay, because I think there's a lot of the gay that does not have as much problem with that.
Really?
Like, as boys, yeah. I know what's his name gotten a lot of shit for this. Milo Yiannopoulos. I think he was talking about fucking some older dude when he was a kid.
Okay.
It was no big deal. And people were like, how dare you? It's fucking child rape. And he was like, whatever. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Remember the thing we were reading that they love to put in all the school libraries now about it's either Lawnmower Boy or one of those.
Yeah, Lawn Boy, or there was a couple of those stories. Yeah.
Yeah, where the kids are sitting there on the
It's all
bench.
about the man love type stuff.
Yeah, they're like grade school kids talking about, blowing some guy or some guy blowing them. And it was like, oh, you mean the realtor? And it was like, what fucking elementary school would realize who the town's realtor is? Mm-hmm. But it was something along those lines. I'm not saying I agree with it.
All righty.
I don't even know how we got there.
I don't know. What was the...
Kevin
Fred,
Spacey.
Fred Claus. Was blowing little boys.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I digress. Bigly. Yeah. But yeah, Fred Claus, Fred Claus is the name of it. Good, not a bit terrible movie. If you're looking for
I do like Vince Vaughn overall.
Vince Vaughn's great.
Yep.
Yeah.
Most of the things I approve of. So
yeah,
it's a good start.
And
I like the concept, I guess. Like, he's always in Brother Shadow. Chris.
Yeah, and it turns out that
so if it's Fred Claus, is it Santa?
I think he goes by Santa for most of it, but when he's young, it shows them early in life when his baby brother, who is Santa, comes out and he's fat, and so he's constantly like, for his birthday he wants to take presents and give them to other people and shit. And people, his brother's rolling his eyes like, okay, Mr. Perfect, we get it.
Yeah.
And so he kind of goes into this sainthood where he becomes, and the actor who plays Santa himself, you would know a lot too. But not bad.
All right, fair enough.
Not bad. Yeah.
How was that new Christmas Story? You watched it, I did not. How was it?
It's fine.
Fine, that's it? It was just fine?
Yeah, if you're looking for a movie to watch at the holidays with the kids, it's fine.
Okay.
It's, there's some nostalgia in there. The first one's just so good.
It's classic.
My brother made me watch Die Hard 2 and 3. Because we'd watch Die Hard 1, and I'm like, I don't think I've ever seen another Die Hard. And he's like, what? They're the best. We watched 2, and it sucked so bad.
Yep.
So bad.
Did
and
3 bring it back around? Because
it did.
See, that seems to be the way it goes. The first one...
That's what my question was.
2 shits the
Dog
bed.
shit.
And
Dog
then
shit.
If they dare go 3, it saves some face. Generally speaking, like hangovers. 2 was awful. 3 brought it back a little bit.
Yes.
Like, was at least watchable.
Die Hard 3 is the one with Sam Jackson.
Okay. All right.
So Sam Jackson brings a whole new element, and it's, it's got its corny moments. I'm telling you, though, Die Hard 1 absolutely holds up.
No doubt.
To this day, the lines still hold up.
Yeah.
everything about it holds up. The music, even. The music in 2 is so fucking bad. It's so corny, 80s, early 90s, Muzak style. Like, it's just god-awful. And I'm like, I'm looking at G like, really, bro? Really? This is the movie you're going to bat for? You're going to bat for Die Hard 2. Mm-hmm. This movie literally sucks a dick.
Wow.
No offense to anyone that likes sucking dick.
Yeah, well, do it better than Die Hard.
Eats a pussy for those people.
I saw an advent calendar, that for the holidays.
I had a Lego
things.
one.
This was fucking Nakatomi Towers.
Oh,
and it was Hans Gruber. Every day he just knocked
way.
him down another thing. Like every day, that was the thing. It went down another floor all the way down to the ground for when it was. I was like, that's pretty fucking badass.
That's great.
That's pretty badass.
If you're interested, if you're sightseeing in Los Angeles, you can go by Nakatomi Tower.
Yeah.
It's the Fox building is what it is. And if you're near the rest area, that park, I want to say Beverly Hills-ish, by where what's his name was jacking a guy off or whatever. George Michael.
Michael, yeah.
Where he was caught in the public restroom. I think it's right across the street from there in the whatever to the stars, they call it, the Plaza to the Stars or something like that. But that Fox building is
right there.
Yeah, where what's his name backs the cop car out and goes over the edge.
Yeah.
On the hill on the grass.
The driver.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. So,
well, anyways, welcome aboard, Chris, with a CH.
Yeah.
That's how we got there.
We got full circle with Chris.
Exactly. So that's how we got there.
Hell yeah.
CH, welcome aboard, sir.
I'm gonna go on record and say I trust him as a Chris.
Yeah, it helps.
Yeah.
Although, I mean, I don't think that any of the Chris's with a K have.
They've been killing it. Chris Christopherson's a good one.
Yeah.
You pulled that out of your ass.
Chris
but
Cross?
You're right. Chris Cross was Chris Cross.
Daddy Mac will make you
jump.
What that?
A
Was
Mac
that K?
Daddy will make you jump.
Wasn't it? Wasn't that with a K?
I think it was.
Maybe. I don't know.
Who's the guy that?
Miggity Mike Daddy.
Yeah, that's where the name Miggity came from.
Yeah.
Who did the? Who did Sailing Takes Me Away?
That's Chris
Cross.
Christopher Cross.
Is that a K or is it?
Nope,
is.
That is. Yep.
Damn it.
Let's not forget Krispy Kreme.
Yeah, that's a K.
Yep. Kristaps Porzingis,
Excuse me?
basketball player.
Yeah. Anyway, Chris Draper kind of
Kristaps.
sealed it.
Kristaps, not
Chris Christopherson and Chris Draper kind of sealed it. Like,
that's
trust with K.
So
Chris with a K.
I got no issues with Chris with a case.
Yeah.
Chris Jenner.
Is Chris Jenner a K? Yeah. That's a
They're all K's.
chick, though.
Yeah.
We're just talking strictly guys with a K.
Yeah.
Hey, I wanted to wrap up. We finally got comment from President Soup on these top secret documents. Remember, we listened to his comments on Trump, and he was just beside himself.
Unbelievable. How could this possibly happen?
We just don't know.
Yeah. We're going to step aside and let the Justice Department handle it.
Yeah. He just wants to keep his hands out of it. He just doesn't know how someone could be so irresponsible.
Amazing, isn't it?
As to find top secret documents in his possession. It's just, you know what it is.
How irresponsible to have the documents you were actually allowed to have.
Yeah, that you're at any point as top dog, you're able to declassify. Well, yeah, we learned that. And so Soup now responded in Mexico to a report that broke this week about these classified documents found in his private office in D.C. after he left the White House as VP, not as the P. Can you explain how classified documents ended up in one of your offices, a reporter asked? And should the public have been notified sooner? In other words, when they knew about this pre-election, should the public have been notified? Soup said, please know, I take classified documents or classified information seriously.
Obviously.
Yeah, clearly. Mm-hmm. When my lawyers were clearing out my office at the University of Pennsylvania, they set up an office for me, secure office in the Capitol when for 4 years after being vice president, I was a professor at Penn. I bet you were. Can you imagine having that dude as your professor?
Yeah.
Hard pass, first off.
He somewhat had it together then.
I flipped on, as I was going to bed last night, I flipped on Tucker Carlson, and he was doing this out the gate, this story. And he was saying, we don't know exactly to what end, but seems like China donated $54 million to the University of Penn right around the time they were building this Biden Penn Center or whatever.
That is an absolute coincidence.
Yeah, just a coincidence.
Yeah.
I'm not saying anything. What do I know?
Yeah.
But with his ties to China and Ukraine and all that, I wouldn't put anything past him. So, yeah, they found some documents in a box, a locked cabinet or at least a closet. As soon as they did, they realized there were several classified documents in that box, and they did what they should have done. They immediately called the archives, immediately, turned them over to the archives. When he was briefed about the lawyer's discovery, he was surprised to learn that there are any government records that were taken there to that office. But I don't know what's in the documents. My lawyers have not suggested I ask what documents they were. So he can't even ask himself. Like, well, what was in there? Isn't that the first thing you'd ask? Like,
well, no, you don't want to interfere with the Justice Department's decision-making process. You don't want to get involved in that. So,
or you don't trust this moron to not slip up to the press and say something. They're like, don't even ask. You don't even want to know what was in that box. We could tell you'll probably forget in an hour anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
My lawyers have not suggested I ask what documents they were. I've turned over the boxes. They've turned over the boxes to the archives, and we're cooperating fully with the review, and which I hope will be finished soon, and there will be more detail at that time. Well, I it would have been nice.
I'm reading about his professorship.
Oh, yeah. What was he teaching?
He was not. No, he was not at all.
Was he never there? For his I believe he was making close to $1 million a year.
His
$952,000 a year or something.
Well, it says, let's see, his quote was, I've been on a lot of university campuses. Matter of fact, for 4 years, I was a full professor at the University of Pennsylvania.
Oh, was
This is a really impressive place with a lot of impressive students.
I bet he never taught a single class, Troy.
No, that comes out to be half true, so they say.
Oh, if they're saying it's half true, that means it's negative true.
According to the tax
anti-true
he released, Biden received more than $900,000 from the university for holding position between 2017 and 19. His post involved no regular classes and around a dozen public appearances on campus, mostly in big-ticketed events.
Yeah. Fucking these pieces of shit. And this is not just a shot at Biden, just all of them.
All of it.
These greasy fucks, man. I can't stand a single one of them. Yeah, just rolling up my sleeves and getting to work, working hard for the American people. Also, you can go collect $1 million a year to show your face on campus.
Yep.
Give me a fucking break.
He served as the Benjamin Franklin Presidential Professor of the Practice at the University of Pennsylvania between his tenure of vice president and the start of his campaign.
Yeah,
However,
what does that even mean? What the hell does that even mean?
The duration was closer to 2 years than 4, since he was on leave while running for president. Also, his duties did not conform to the full range of activities that the public might associate with the term full professor, including teaching semester-long classes.
Oh, that part of being a professor?
Conducting independent research and handling administrative responsibilities.
Wow.
Yeah. But he was a full professor for 4 years.
Sure he was. I talked to my cardiologist about this sort of thing at one point. I may have even talked about it on the show, but he was telling me what a joke and how bankrupt our medical system is. He blamed Obamacare. He's like, this fucked everything, the way that works now. But he was saying, this is it reminds me sort of something like this where, oh, yeah, you're a professor. Now, if he was a full professor, that would mean he actually taught a class. It's like, what other professor is there?
Well,
what is this made-up position?
It's like getting the honorary doctorate from these universities.
Yeah, but I wouldn't think that pays you $1 million salary.
No,
right?
It's not.
Like, Bill Cosby wasn't getting $1 million from Temple a year.
No.
It was just for their association with your namesake.
Did they yank his title, I assume?
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure. But he was saying, like, one of the problems my cardiologist ran into with the hospital chain he was working at, it got into lawsuits with them over it, is they wanted him to come and not out of his little practice. They wanted him hungry hippoed into the big hospital thing.
Yeah.
And what they offered and what he told them to go fuck off with was, just bring your shit over here because they want you to bring your office over. They want to eliminate the small office.
They want everything on campus.
They want everything there and then bring all your patients here. And he's like, yeah, but I'm comfortable. My patients are comfortable not going to this massive hospital thing. Yeah. They get one-on-one service with me, and you want me to dump all my patients into your programs and to incentivize them to do that because it's nice to have your own practice, call your own shots,
of course,
make your own hours, take on as many clients as you want, patients as you want or don't want. They would just throw another letter at the end of their title. He's an MD, AXP. And they would just give you a couple $100,000. And all you'd have to do is go into a large fucking conference room for an hour on a Zoom call a month.
Yeah.
You know, and they just throw hundreds of thousands of dollars at you. And he's like, it can't sustain. Too many of these fucking doctors are getting paid out the ass to do something that has nothing to do with their profession.
And nor are they,
and they just keep throwing letters next to their name. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just absorbed into the machine.
By the way, this Biden thing, I would say first off, did you know, this idea that you can just be like, oh yeah, it's crazy. We don't even know what it is or how it got there. I'm as surprised as anybody that these got there. Well, how about you? Did you offer your predecessor the same courtesy? Mm-mm. Did you give him the benefit of the doubt that, you know, that all the presidents before you have done the same thing and had these papers and, you know, there's some sort of shit that gets worked out between the archives and the former president, but there's a level of respect there that they get returned, the ones that you need, or they're loaned out for your book writing, whatever needs to be done. No, you didn't. You went on 60 Minutes and you shit all over him like this is some unprecedented attack on democracy. Well, do you know what the news is today, Troy?
Yeah.
What do you know? His lawyers found another secret batch of top secret fucking...
Another one today?
Another one. Yeah, and guess what?
And another one.
And another one. And guess what? This one's not on the campus of Penn. At the Biden Penn School of whatever.
Ooh, where's this one?
I don't know. They haven't said yet. But just doing their work.
Surprised they don't just stuff it back into the archives.
Right? Yeah, this one was in there too.
Yep, here you go. Don't say anything about this one.
So who knows what they found? But today the reports are there's another batch of top secret classified documents that are in his possession somewhere. Yeah. You know?
If anything else, it's just the hypocrisy of it all. The circus aspect of it.
Well, it's just infuriating because at the time with the Trump thing,
like, can we just fucking be real? Can we just be grown-ups nowadays?
Yeah.
And stop with the hate. Stop with, because I can't believe anything that's said anymore.
No, that's what it's gotten to.
I can't believe what's said.
Exactly.
And that's so disheartening.
Yeah.
As a fucking American.
Yeah.
It really is. That I just don't trust.
Someone said something to me about, it might have been the influenza A vaccine or something.
ABB 1.5?
Oh, God.
Wear your mask when you're in the facility. Sounds like a fucking robot in the Star Wars trilogy.
But they were like, oh, yeah, well, the NIH has come out and said blah, 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 blah about this new flu vaccine. And I went, okay, that used to mean something to me.
Right.
What, you expect me to take that seriously? Mm-hmm. So I hope it was worth the money you made.
Yes.
I hope that was worth it.
On every level.
On every level. Yeah. Like, no, I don't believe any of you fuckers anymore at all. And it would take, I don't even know how many lifetimes it would take to gain that confidentiality back or that credibility back. I don't know.
No, exactly.
But I'm not buying it. Nope. Sorry. And maybe I'll drop dead because of it. Maybe they will tell the truth about something and I'll go, eat shit. I don't buy it. Yeah. And I won't fall in line because of what we've seen.
The boy who cried wolf.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. I'm not taking your boy who cried wolf vaccine.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it. You know?
Well, let's start being proven right more than you've been proven wrong. And let's go from there. Let's try to rebuild some trust and credibility in our system.
I just would have thought for when you're talking about the medical institutions, and I'm not talking about single doctors. I understand those guys work their asses off. Your sister's one, for Christ's sake. I'm not going to shit on that profession that takes an extremely long time to become a part of. Mm-hmm. And you want the brightest and best doing it. But the people that are in charge of these divisions, these government bodies, the fuck I trust them. No, it's done. It's done.
When there's this much money involved in anything, I have zero trust and faith in it.
Yeah.
It is 100% corrupt.
Yeah.
Guaranteed before it started.
Yeah.
It just is. Both sides, every which way. But when it's this big and involves this much money, insert X here.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what it is. it's tainted. It just
And then when
is.
people call you out on it and there's not some reasonable explanation that's even believable, you're just gaslighting people at that point.
Yeah.
Like, I know you think you're seeing something, but your eyes must be lying to you. It's like, no, dude, I went my whole life being able to trust these entities. And until they purposefully went out and behaved this way for the almighty dollar, I was on your team.
Yep.
I would have, absolutely I was. And now I've seen the way it splits and it's politically divided. You've lost all credibility now.
Yeah, and I don't know how you get that back. Like I said, aside from, time. Time heals all wounds, hopefully, eventually. But you have to start by knocking off the bullshit.
Yeah.
And because you're exactly right.
I don't think they're going to, though.
And not only do you have to start, by stop lying or manipulating, whatever it is. Lying might be harsh.
No, I think it's
Pretty close.
spot on.
But, there's going to be that whole lag of people like, okay, I still don't believe you. You've been lying forever. So now when you say I'm not lying, I don't believe you.
Yeah.
Even if you are, you're not. So there is going to be all that boy who cried wolf scenario.
Yeah,
It's just not buying it until time after time after time, you get to rebuild their trust.
Yeah.
And then once they get you back in, they can start lying again.
Yeah. Well, it's the same thing as, if I'm a conspiracy theorist, that's more than likely your fault, not mine. Like I wasn't always a conspiracy theorist, but when you made even the most, like, it was obvious what was going on, and when you called that out as you're just some wacko conspiracy theorist who thinks X, it's like, okay, I guess I've never been anti-vax.
Yeah.
I'm not anti-vax now. I never have been, but anybody has a single question about the vaccine, and they're anti-vax, they're vax deniers, they're conspiracy theorists. Like,
Labeled
really?
for life.
Labeled for life, yeah.
You have to
Diamond and Silk.
change definitions.
Diamond's going through that. I noticed that with all the shit I've read, the people can't wait, nice humanity, by the way. Just, a human being did lose their lives. And this idea that it's cool somehow because I disagreed with them politically to just trounce on someone, no matter what the facts are. Nobody knows how she died yet. But rumor was she got COVID and she's a super anti-vaxxer. Now, I'll tell you, we did the interview we did with Diamond and Silk years ago, and I've never heard them anywhere ever again. I've never listened to their show, if they had a show. Apparently they had something on Fox at one point. I wouldn't know. I never watched a single episode, never listened to a single podcast. So I don't know what her stance was. My guess is her stance was probably like a lot of Americans. Like, something seems off with some of this stuff. I don't trust it right now. And that apparently makes you a MAGA anti-vaxxer, wild conspiracy theorists. Like, so I don't know. That's what they're calling her now.
Of course.
And basically dancing on her grave and spitting on it like, haha, got what you deserved. You fucking...
Like Rush.
Yeah, Rush.
Couldn't be happier that he was dead.
Yeah. Rush's name came up in front of the warden the other day.
Was she triggered?
It was something like, oh, Mike's too busy listening to Rush Limbaugh or something. For the record, I've never listened to Rush Limbaugh. For the record, my dad was a big fan of his. But that was enough, and I knew better than to say anything. I wasn't getting into it with the warden over politics. Fuck that. But she was just like, oh, that fucking... She can't help it.
She meant Tucker.
Right. It could have been any of them. Yeah. But and all I wanted to say was, okay, if you can tell me that you've listened to a single break of Rush Limbaugh's, then you can have your opinion. I can promise you've never listened to a single break. You've never even heard...
Why would I listen to an asshole like that?
Right. Because someone told you he's an asshole or someone told you he doesn't have your political views?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
It's a big problem. People don't do their own research. People don't make up their own minds.
No.
People let themselves be told what to think and what to believe. And that's a huge problem on both sides.
Yeah, agreed.
It just is.
Yeah. I can honestly say, though, I've listened to some of them.
Yeah.
It was sport for a while. Now it's too frustrating, but
yeah.
I did for a long, long time listen to both sides quite frequently. The only side I never listened to was Fox, believe it or not. I just didn't. I didn't even know what it was until just a couple of years ago, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they sucked you right in, buddy.
Sure they did. No, here's what it is. I had 24-hour news going on at my home TVs for 30 years. And so Now it's just on that in the background. A lot of times it's just muted. But
It'd be a good idea to
couldn't do
TVs,
CNN anymore.
have two TVs on all the time with 24-hour news cycle, and have one be Fox and one be CNN.
Yeah.
And so that you're not just exposed to just one of them.
Yeah.
And then when things are happening, you'd be able to see how the differences firsthand in real time between the two.
Well, it's funny because for the longest time, and it's a shame for CNN. It really is a shame because when I think back to the Drew and Mike show, when we recorded news, when we needed to record like news coverage, and you knew like ABC was going to give you world news tonight for 30 minutes, but this you wanted a cable 24-hour, and you'd hit record when you left for the day, and in later years it was DVR, and you just record all the shit, and then if something happened overnight, you actually had audio of it or video that you could use the next morning. We would record every game. It's kind of like here now with DVR. You record every fucking Wings game and Lions game and every Monday Night Football, all that shit. CNN was the standard at my house, my office, in the main studio. We would record, like I would do all the Larry King bits. So if you remember the Larry King stuff where I'd edit audio and I would just be like, Drew, I'm going to be gone for a couple hours. There's a doozy on Larry King last night. And I'd go and chop up all this shit and, we'd have fun with it. But I was constantly recording at my station, at my office, TV, CNN, and now there's no fucking way I'd record CNN. They did that.
Yeah.
Not me. Right. I didn't do that. I was a fucking lifelonger.
Yeah.
Lifelong. It was like, I didn't record Fox because that was the people to the right. I didn't record MSNBC. That was people to the left. The only normal fuckers
supposed to be fair and balanced
were CNN. They were the most trusted name in news. And then they just shot themselves in the face for no apparent reason. It's crazy.
You know what I used to watch to get just straight news?
OAN?
No. Al Jazeera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, that's funny you say that because I would have thought, well, Akbar.
No.
Terrorist network. When you look at news, and I don't mean to cut you off.
Not at all.
When you look at ratings like most trusted globally news, Al Jazeera is right there at the top.
Absolutely.
Right there at the top.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Just by the name alone, I'm biased. Like,
exactly.
What are these towel heads up to? No. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's crazy. So when you were in the Middle East and shit?
Yeah.
Or you mean around here?
A little of both. If I wanted
the script
to see
writing Al Jazeera that kind of fucking makes me feel like you're going to blow up a tower or something.
Yeah, I can't remember where I really first came across it. It might have been when I was overseas.
Praying to Mecca.
Of course, 5 times a day. But no, I don't remember where I got. But that was the one thing I noticed was like, you know what? This is just straight fucking news. And I think it was after I came. I think I was exposed to it there, and then once I came back and I started really seeing kind of what was going on.
Yeah.
If I wanted an unbiased opinion of something, I didn't sit down and watch it all the time. But if I wanted to get a story on something, I would, or get at least an outside opinion of something, because everything that was going on here, you were just being fed what you were supposed to know and what you were being told.
Yeah.
So I would go to Al Jazeera to try and find out what was actually going on.
Yeah.
And I found them to be fair and balanced.
Yeah, and so do most people globally that watch news, consume news.
And
that's what they find too.
I don't know if they've been consumed by that either now.
I don't think so, dude. The last time I looked at those ratings, I'm trying to think. I think I don't want to say the wrong thing because BBC might be a total joke now. But I want to say BBC was up there, but Al Jazeera for sure leapt out of me because I was like, isn't that one with the terrorist handwriting and shit? You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's not. But it's not.
I know.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm just making a joke, obviously. But yeah, as trusted as you can get as far as news goes. Yeah,
ironic. Yeah,
it's funny you say that. It really is.
Hey, this part of the show is brought to you by your insurance expert. Hey, are you paying too much for health insurance? Are you uninsured?
Not anymore.
Health insurance can be confusing. Nick Matthews from Your Insurance Expert is
a stud, man.
Absolute
stud.
Handsome son of a bitch, too. Holy cow. Yeah, and Nick, if you're listening, sorry I fell asleep when you tried to call the other day.
Dude, if you try to talk to Troy in the afternoon when he's getting off work and he sits down, if he puts that big can of his in that fucking love seat, it's over.
I gotta rest up for this shit, man.
Hell yeah. I'm not
decompress for a minute.
I'm not saying that's bad. I'm just saying if you think you're gonna get him after work.
Yeah.
Before the show.
Yeah.
Think again. He
No,
gets
but that
into
was my
chair.
fault because I was like, yeah. He was like, can I call you then? I was like, yeah, sure. And then I woke up to like 3 missed calls and a text and was like, is this the right number?
It's like, how unprofessional is this
yeah,
Courtney fella?
Yeah, really. Highly unprofessional. Anyways, Nick Matthews, fucking stud. From Your Insurance Expert, is an expert in health insurance, life insurance, and Medicare supplements, so you don't have to be. You can call this stud at 248-914-1173. That's Nick Matthews at 248-914-1173.
The guy who shot and killed the robbery suspect at the taqueria.
Taqueria.
Taqueria. What is it? What is a taqueria? Is that just where they sell
taco stand.
tacos?
Yeah, it's a taco restaurant.
Why don't they call it a taco stand or a?
Well, because it's a restaurant. That's a Mexican restaurant, basically.
Yeah.
But when
To give it more authentic,
no,
like,
but when you're
value,
it's just a taqueria when you're Mexican in Mexico or whatever. In fucking Waco or wherever the fuck they were.
Yeah.
We call it Mexican restaurants. They don't.
Right.
They just call it a restaurant.
What do the French call French fries?
Fries.
They do.
They don't even have them.
They don't.
Not even theirs. We made that up. French fries.
French fries.
French dressing.
Yeah, French dressing, Russian dressing. Do they just call it dressing?
Yep. They don't know what any of this stuff is. We made all that shit up.
Yeah. Leave it to us. So anyway, he shot and killed that robbery suspect. We watched the video.
We did.
Spectacular.
Yep.
Video. I only took issue with
the last headshot.
Of the 9 bullets that were fired, I only took issue with one of them, and I barely took issue with that one.
Yeah.
Barely.
Wow.
But that's the one where it's like, oh, he's going to probably have to answer for that one.
That one. That one's going to have some questions behind it.
Even in movies, they don't let you do that one, that last 9th shot. You know what I mean? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're like, dude, you're a hero.
Yeah, 8 for 8. Tink, 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 tink.
And
nice
then,
job.
Poof.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Goes up, picks up the gun, and then one more for good measure.
Yeah. Picked up the gun and then knew it was fake and threw it against the wall and then went, I don't care.
Oh.
Boom.
Well, I guess now that's when we know why he left.
You can't possibly think you're getting away with that, though.
Well, I understand it, but I didn't
No
think,
way.
I didn't think about the fact that he had picked up the gun and then was like, fuck, it's a toy.
He shot him after that. Do we still have that video? Did you delete all those?
I mean, I could pull it up. I could find it, but I'm not going to bother because we got our pee-pee slapped for it.
Yeah.
We got the graphic content
slapped.
logo slapped over our video, which kind of is badass. I'm not going to lie.
What?
It's just you have to click
got a
on
warning?
like, yes,
Yeah.
See video.
We're trouble. Look.
Yeah, I want to see it.
You don't want nothing to do with me, ma'am. We're trouble. Nothing but trouble around here.
You don't want none of this, do we?
It's called cocaine, Dewey.
I don't want something that's going to make me feel bad. It makes you feel amazing. I want to go to sleep. Gives you all the energy in the world.
You can fuck for hours. It makes sex way better, Dewey.
Oh.
Yeah. So he returned the stolen money, which I think helps him out.
Yeah, indeed.
So he's a 46-year-old, the guy that was the armed customer.
Now, did they find him or did he turn himself in?
He showed up attorney in hand.
Okay, yeah, exactly.
Smart.
Hey, I had to get my ducks in a row.
He would have come strolling into that fucking precinct, high-fiving deputies, had it not been for Bullet 9.
Yeah.
Bullet 9's why he showed up with an attorney.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Indeed.
So he did show up with his attorney, was questioned by homicide detectives. After consulting with members of the Harris County District Attorney's Office there in Houston, it was determined the shooting will be referred to a grand jury.
Yeah, we're going to let you guys figure this out.
Getting the public involved.
Numero nuevo, no bueno.
Sir, can you think of a better state to pull this stunt in, though?
Of course.
I mean, if you absolutely positively...
You want a puncher's chance in this thing, you better do it in Texas.
If you absolutely positively have to pull that trigger for that 9th time, do it in Texas.
Absolutely.
So, since the male is not arrested or charged, his identity is not being released at this time.
Okay,
I
that
like
makes
that.
sense. Yeah,
I like that.
Sure.
The incident happened inside the Ranchito number 4.
Numero cuatro.
So I'm assuming there's an Uno, Dos, and Tres, right?
I would think so. Probably.
Right? You wouldn't just open a number 4 unless you're a Brett Favre fan or something.
Maybe. I don't know.
Trying to think who was number 4 famously in Texas.
Oh boy, a famous Texas number 4?
Yeah.
No idea.
I know there's one.
Danny White?
No, he was 11.
Yeah.
He was 11. Number 4. I know there's a cowboy in that
Somewhere. Gotta be.
Aikman was 8. Irvin was 88.
Yeah, that's you're not.
Emmett was 22.
Yeah, you're not going to get on that.
I'm going to get there. Was there a kicker? Was Raphael Septien number 4? Romo was 9.
Yeah.
Shit. Yeah, you're right. I'm not going to get there. I'm not going to find my way there. And it's probably just the 4th location. Anyways, it doesn't matter. I'm just trying to show off my number recall skills.
Oh, well, Dak.
Dak.
4.
I said good Cowboys.
I know, me too. That's why I didn't come up with it.
The incident happened inside the Ranchito number 4, 11:30 on Thursday. Witnesses said that a masked African-American man, I don't know why it matters that he's an African-American man.
No,
it just, I wouldn't say that. I would just go, I don't know, he was wearing a mask. I didn't see. Black clothing, black ski mask, black gloves, walked in the restaurant waving blah, 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 the pistol. We went through all this. So, Houston Police Lieutenant Mr. R. Wilkins said, Washington, which was the guy's name, hold on, Eric Eugene Washington.
So
Was
we
the 30-year-old that thought he was going to fucking wave and
fucked around and found out.
Yeah, he's the one that fucked around and found out the hard way too.
Yeah.
And he went down quick.
Hey, your boy Jim Harbaugh was number 4, by the way.
But he wasn't
Colts.
for the Colts. Yeah, yep. If you would have said famous Colt, I would have said number 4 was Harbaugh. Brett Favre was number 4. Jason Hansen, yes, absolutely.
They can't forget that.
So, Houston police said Washington was brandishing a plastic pistol, possibly an aerosoft or possibly a little BB pistol. Don't you think we would know that by now? Like, you could pick that up. I know the difference between a BB gun and an aerosoft.
Yeah.
You know, that has those little orange.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing, basically.
Well, BB's metal,
Airsoft.
I think, right?
Yeah, but airsoft is still, I mean, those are still BB guns. Not just the...
So why are they saying a plastic pistol, possibly an aerosoft or possibly a little BB pistol? I think of BB as the metal BBs and the aerosoft as the orange plastic BBs.
Why do you keep saying aero? It's airsoft.
AERO, aerosoft.
I don't know. Well, maybe.
Airsoft would be better because I've owned airsoft too.
Yeah.
He said aerosoft. Take it up with Lieutenant Pedro Lopez.
Well, I think that answers your question.
Sergeant Lopez. Yeah.
Aerosoft.
No, I'm sorry. Still, Pedro, that was Lieutenant Wilkins who said that. Pedro Lopez, owner of the restaurant.
Well, there you go.
That is a restaurant to be well thought of. You've got a Mexican restaurant owned by a guy named fucking Pedro Lopez.
Well, yeah, of course. Why?
Yeah, I want to eat at that taco restaurant, taqueria.
Yeah, that's down there. I'm sure that's why it's a taqueria and not a Mexican restaurant.
Yeah,
it's not Taco Bell. It's a taqueria.
Taqueria.
See.
Let's see here. He praised the armed patron as a hero.
Oh yeah, of course. The owner. Fuck yeah.
Yep.
I wonder if he gets free beans and rice for life.
Oh, I bet. He says
if we ever know who he is.
If we ever know who, that guy is. Yeah. Well, shooter. We might not, unless he comes out and starts doing interviews, probably on Fox News.
Yeah. Well, he's gonna come strolling back into number Quattro over there.
Yeah. Quick fist bump.
Like, Pedro, my man.
They should take that gun and frame it on the wall. You know, they got like sombreros and shit on the wall.
The aerosoft gun?
Put the aerosoft too.
Yeah.
This one beats this one.
with a greater than sign.
Yeah.
This gun greater than this one.
Much greater than this one. Yeah. So the attorney says, we're confident the grand jury will conclude the shooting was justified under Texas law.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Key. Right. Last 3 words, very key.
Fuck around and find out.
Yeah. In fear of his life and his friend's life, my client acted to protect everyone in the restaurant.
Absolutely.
In Texas, a shooting is justified in self-defense, defense of others, and defense of property.
All 3 of those apply.
They do, except shot 9. Number 9.
Yeah.
Number 9. That's the whole one. The whole jury box or grand jury box is going to, even in Texas, so you're going to be like, how necessary was number 9?
Can we have to neutralize the threat, my man?
Can we do like a work release program for a month? You know, I'd feel better about it then.
Yeah.
You know, Mr. Washington, can we say he probably wasn't going to survive the first 8 shots then?
Probably not, but yeah, just in case, He could have
because if they said, look, we can tell the coroner looked at this, We know by shot 6, he was fucking gone. So whether you put 18 more bullets in his forehead or the back of his head, really irrelevant. Once you got to round 6, he was dead.
So then
at
would
that point,
7 and 8 also be a problem at that point?
No, well, if you didn't know he was dead and he was still wiggling from the last bullet you put in him, and you put another and another, it's the pause, the lengthy pause before moving up a foot.
Goes in,
and then
leans over, gets the gun. One more.
Yeah.
Fuck yourself.
Yeah. You're going to pull this to me
Yeah.
on all days? Like
now.
How hard was that guy in the booth? Because it seemed like it took a while to get his gun out.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Do you think there's any civil action or a civil rights infraction charge pending?
Oh, well, if that's the case, I hope for this guy's sake he's Hispanic.
This guy probably is. Doesn't matter.
Well, a Mexican guy can shoot a black guy, no problem. That's no problem.
We'll find out, I guess.
There's no civil rights violation there.
We'll find out. I think his lady was black, maybe.
Well, that helps him out. I don't know.
He was with, yeah. I think in the video, I think I couldn't tell if he was like a white guy or maybe Latinx.
Latinx, yeah.
Yeah. But it looked like his.
You think his Womixon was black?
I think it's very possible. Yeah.
Can you pull up the video? We don't even have to play it. I don't know where you'd
I can find. Yeah, because you can get. You get the edited version all over the place.
Yeah. Well, if his Womixon's black, that helps. He's in a taqueria, which means he supports the Latino community.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And couldn't you lean on? Look, the guy was in a fucking mask and wearing a full outfit. I didn't look at his hands to see what color his skin was, and I couldn't see his face. I had no idea he was a black guy. And obviously, I would never shoot a black guy.
You could try.
I know I would. I mean, he should. This video, if I'm not mistaken, is more black and white than anything.
Wow.
Excuse me, African American and
white. No
white.
pun intended.
Yeah.
Look at the patina on this.
That's the Lego I'm building.
Dude, the patina on this truck is fucking badass.
What is the patina?
That's that like rust on it.
You think that's on there as a style?
No, I don't have it. No, it's just. I mean, that's real, but like people like put that on now, like make it look that way.
Yeah, lots of people are.
Yep. All right. Shoot, I don't have the.
Oh, they're not. It's okay.
No, they won't come up onto here. I'd have to reboot it for this.
That's all right. That's all right.
I think
we'll have to follow that story. I'm really interested to see what they do in Texas.
Yeah.
Because if you're going to get away with shooting anybody and claiming self-defense, I feared for, I'm able to defend a business, I'm able to defend others around me and myself, if that still counts with shot number 9. Because I'm telling you, if they're going to have an issue with anything, it's going to be shot number 9.
That's the one? Yeah, probably.
And you know that to be true. If you're being honest with yourself, neither of us really have a problem with shot number 9.
No, I mean, if you don't have a problem with shots 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, then
I don't.
Then you probably shouldn't have a problem with number 9.
Well, number 9 is a clear kill shot.
Yeah.
1 through 8 is I'm stopping a threat. Number 9 is this motherfucker will never walk the earth.
Right.
We've also learned the man.
Sorry. Let's see. So right here, maybe she's just.
Oh, he looks pretty white. That's a black dude with him.
That's a dude.
That's either a Mexican with him or a.
Yeah. Okay.
Black dude. What color is he? Those arms look pretty pasty, dude.
Yeah, he's light. Yeah.
Oh boy.
He could be.
You can't tell that's a black guy though, really.
No, his hands are out.
Yeah, so is his neck. But if you're not paying attention to that.
Oh, I'm sure you're paying real close attention at that point.
Yeah, but you could get away with saying, I had no idea. He was wearing a fucking mask. How the hell would I know what color he was?
Yeah.
He was wearing head to toe dark clothing and a mask. You think I was going, well, what color is he? I wouldn't want to shoot someone of the opposite race.
Good luck. We'll see how that plays out.
Yeah. We'll keep an eye on that. I'm sure that'll be big in the papers.
The Astronome File.
There used to be a time, believe it or not, youngins, when in this country there was a lot of praise for good guy with a gun stopping bad guy with a gun.
Yeah, that was.
That was like that was what we all agreed on. But the fight has got so political and so shitty between people that are just going to disagree with each other to disagree. That they will not even give credit there. So that's why you don't see this story painted everywhere. Like, this is amazing news. Look what a good guy with a gun is able to do
right.
to prevent this terrorist from walking through a restaurant carte blanche and robbing everybody, and nobody knew that was a fake gun.
No.
And you don't get to behave like that. And classic case of fuck around and find out.
Yeah, I mean, I hearken back to the shooter in the Indiana Mall. When that kid took him out quick,
less than 15 seconds,
with a quickness from a long way,
40 yards.
Yeah, oh, impressive
as hell.
And that got kind of swept under the rug. But see, now that was an active shooter situation.
And they still wanted him brought up on charges. They were saying like,
right,
you're not supposed to technically have a gun in the mall.
Yeah. Well,
okay.
They whatever that new constitutional carry or something they had going down in there.
But that was new.
I know.
There were a lot of people sounding off that right away going.
But this guy hadn't fired a shot yet. Is my point? Is the difference? Like that was an active shooter.
Yeah. Listen, doesn't matter.
It's not my issue. I'm just saying.
I don't think that's an issue at all.
This guy, not in Texas. It's not.
Hell no. Anywhere. Not in any state. Not in any state. If some guy walks in with brandishing a firearm. At a place and there's a customer behind the bank teller and shoots him in the fucking head and you find out it was just his finger in the bag, doesn't matter.
Tell that to the bodega owner in the Bronx.
What did he do? Did he stab or shoot the guy? He stabbed that guy.
Yeah, and went to prison.
The bodega, yeah, for a night.
Well, I know, but
they cleared it up.
Well, because the public outcry.
Yeah.
We're like, are you fucking kidding me? Get this guy out of here.
Yeah. I wonder how his brigade is doing nowadays.
I don't know. I'd go frequent that establishment if I were in the vicinity.
It's the Bogetta, right?
The Bogetta, yeah.
Yeah, the Bogetta.
Mm-hmm.
Who was it? Was it Soup's wife that said that?
I believe it was, yes.
Bogetta?
Dr. Jill.
We do know what a bodega is, for the record,
course,
for anyone new out there that thinks we're that stupid.
Yeah,
which is Jill Biden that was that stupid.
And the bodega bit on SNL with what's the guy that writes all the bits for?
Oh yeah,
the hell is his name? Skinny guy, Nick
Mulvaney.
Nick Mulvaney. Not Nick. Anyway.
Yeah, we know John Mulaney.
John Mulaney. Yeah.
Fuck.
He always does those bodega bits.
Yeah.
And they're the worst things I've ever seen.
But they know that. That's the inside joke about that bit. Yeah.
Okay.
I think it is. That's what I've heard.
It's so bad that they just keep doing it?
Yeah.
Okay. I hope so.
Yeah. I think it's an inside joke to them that most of the country scratching their head at. They understand that.
Yeah. Well, I knew it was inside baseball for like the first one when they did it because it's New York, and it was about whatever, like eating the sushi from the bodega or whatever it was, and then you went into some fucking whatever.
With the dancing shrimp
and all that stuff. Yeah. So that's it turns into this whole thing, but they've done it time and time. Every time he comes on, they do another one.
Yeah.
And so maybe, and if that's what it is, then good on you. I can appreciate that.
Who's your boy that says he would? You would pick him if you could pick anyone to be your celebrity neighbor.
Paul Rudd.
Yeah. That dude goes on Conan every year and gets him with a clip. He's like, yeah, Paul Rudd's our guest today. And they do their whole interview. And he's like, look, I know I've fucked with you before, but I've actually brought a scene from my new movie I wanted to show you. And it's always the same scene of some kid in a wheelchair fucking flying down a hill and dying or something. It's the dumbest clip ever.
But they do it every time.
The setup is so long, and there's no way Colin can still be falling for it, or Conan can still be falling for it. But the first 8 times he did it, and was like, look, dude, I know. Listen, it's really important we get this movie out there. And then they hit play on and send it to it, and it's the same fucking scene.
Yeah.
Kind of like that, where it's behind the scenes. It's not funny.
But it's funny to them.
It's funny in that he's done it so many times.
Okay.
That it's just the absurdity of it is funny.
That was the first time I was aware of what a bodega was.
Yeah.
Technically.
God, those sandwiches look good, man. Have you seen that? Like some of them, they're fancy enough. Maybe it's all of them, a staple of all of them, but they have breakfast sandwiches. So New Yorkers will get on their way to the subway or whatever, or taxi, and they're these unbelievable. They have like a full griddle. And the eggs, the fucking meat, the bagel, the cheese, and they fucking make it and wrap it right there fresh.
Okay.
Ooh, they look almost as good as your breakfast sandwiches, dude.
All right, that's saying something.
Yeah, they look that good, dude. I'm not kidding. If you're ever going to go to a Bogetta, make sure you take that in.
Next time I'm in New York, I'll
hey,
definitely try one.
Geico is off the hook.
What were they on the hook for?
Temporarily.
What Geico do? What do?
Remember that bitch that sued Geico for $5 million because she got HPV by fucking some dude in the back of his car?
Oh my God! Yes.
Remember that story?
Yes. Yes.
You love that story.
Oh my God, the lunacy. Yes, I do. Yeah.
Geico, they are off the hook, at least for now, from paying this Missouri woman $5.2 million.
Because weren't they found like guilty or liable or something? Or was like
she was suing for $1 million.
She wasn't just.
She was suing for $1 million, and the jury awarded her 5.2.
That's right. That's
Insanity.
This fucking planet, man.
So
Stop. I need to get off.
She fucks some guy in his car.
God.
He doesn't tell her he's got a bit of the human
Papilloma virus.
It's human papilloma virus.
So I just said.
You said Ona virus. Papilloma virus.
No,
it's
papilloma.
Oma. Omaha. Yeah.
Listen, I know my HPV, motherfucker.
You ever had a good HPV?
I don't. I fucking hope not. I don't think so.
Have you ever had anything? Have you avoided everything?
Crabs once, a long time ago.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Nice. You're in the crab club? I didn't know that.
Yeah, high school.
Yeah. Mine was probably right after. I'll tell you.
It might have been after, technically. I was at Osterbeck's when I picked him off and put him on the wall. In the shower. He was so mad.
They're tiny little fuckers.
Yeah, they're
too.
tough to get a hold of.
You know how old mine was? How I can tell you where I went to get, is it called Rid?
Yeah.
Is that the shit?
Yep.
They give you a little comb and
something.
It's for lice.
Perry drugs?
Perry drugs. That's how you know how long ago it was.
Indeed.
When was the last time you saw good Perry drugs around?
Oh, it was next to Chatham. That's all.
Yeah. For the kids today, what would be the new Perry drugs? Walgreens?
No, that's still here.
What? No.
Walgreens is
I know,
still
but
around.
back then that was our Walgreens.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, or CVS. That's what it was. Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Perry drugs was the shit, man.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
Perry drugs. But I drove the one like on the east side. I went like.
You didn't go to the one right there because you're afraid somebody's going to know you.
Fuck yeah. Hell yes. The woman identified. So Geico. Let's see. Judges said So this got kicked up to the Missouri Supreme Court. They ruled unanimously to overturn a lower court's ruling.
Oh, thank God.
That favored paying the woman. Instead, the Supreme Court justices said Geico should have had a chance to weigh in sooner and sent the case back to the lower court for further deliberation.
Oh, so they just bought some time. Like, they're not off the hook.
No.
They're
off the hook
They have
for
a
now.
stay of execution.
Yes. Which I gotta think. I mean, these justices vote unanimously.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Well, now that they know that this was about to cost them, like, they were probably like
$1 million. Get
whatever.
out of here.
Fuck off. First of all, like, yeah, you caught a fucking STD in the back of a fucking car, and you think we're somehow responsible? Ha ha! Hilarious, frivolous. Go fuck yourself. And she fucking won.
And
they gave her $5 million. Well, yeah. Now they're gonna put some attorneys on this one, and we're gonna go ahead and fight this. I bet.
Yeah. It sets terrible precedent for everybody.
Yeah,
because
I remember talking about this because so homeowners insurance is if I like is liable if
you
for
get crabs in
happens.
some whore's house.
Yeah, wow. Is there a statute of limitations on this?
Good
go
question.
back?
Good question. Do you know where you got it from? Do you know who that dirty, filthy, rotten bitch is?
I had a pretty good idea.
Me too.
I think that's about where we all got it.
We did. Oh, fuck. Me and I know who it is now. Me and another buddy of ours did a switcheroo at a hotel.
Okay.
One of those, like, I'll take this one first, and then
that'll happen.
so it was one of this whore or that whore.
And you both got the creepy crawlies.
I don't know.
Crawly.
I don't know if he did. I don't know if I ever discussed it. It was rather embarrassing at the time. So, anyways, so they were in a relationship. The woman identified as M.O.
Okay.
Does that stand for like major or?
Probably.
They don't want to name her. They're like, we're just going to call her the major or. So she's ID'd as M.O. And a man who were in a relationship had sex in his car. She contends she got HPV because the man did not tell her he had the disease.
If I'm remembering correctly, this was not the only time that those two had fucked.
No. They were in some sort of relationship.
Relationship.
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
And there's no fucking possible way that you could pinpoint that was the exact moment in that car, you whore.
Yeah.
And that you got, I mean, actually, I shouldn't say that. Good for you.
Yeah.
But
Gamer.
Yeah. So, but you can't pinpoint the fact that was where you got it. You know, it's not like it's some sort of instantaneous indication that it shows up on a test whenever later.
Right.
And it could have been at any point from anyone.
And do you think if she's fucking this dude in the car, the odds of her only fucking him in that car?
Yeah, they're in some sort of relationship.
Right. Some sort of relationship that she happens to be in with a dozen other guys in the neighborhood.
There may be some sort of open relationship.
So she planned to sue Geico for $1 million insurance settlement against him. She argued the man's auto insurance provided coverage for her injuries and losses. The insurance company, I was with Geico all the way. Now I'm not so sure I am. I might be on her side, and I'll tell you why, T. The insurance company refused the settlement, saying the woman's claim did not occur because of normal use of the vehicle. I would argue banging in the car,
I mean, it's not
as normal as you can get.
It shouldn't be abnormal.
That's not abnormal by any stretch.
It should be absolutely on the list of legitimate uses.
Normal activities.
No doubt.
Right?
No doubt.
I mean...
Yeah.
Hauling stuff in hauling boxes in a move would be normal activity.
Yeah, I mean that's
fucking a girl in the backseat of your car, normal activity.
I just gave multiple excuses that were much better than that.
Yeah.
So if that, and again, was this her original statement?
What?
Whatever that was that they said because it wasn't normal use. This is when they didn't put any of their real attorneys at it, when they thought it was just a joke. Like, haha, no, it doesn't count, whatever. Like, okay, now we're going to put our best and brightest on this.
Yeah,
so
and if they do that,
luck.
The problem with this going
as long as it costs them less than $5 million in attorney's fees,
it's a win.
It's a win.
Yeah.
So.
The problem is, as well as I do.
And their attorneys are a retainer anyway, so it doesn't really cost them out of pocket.
Well, the only person in this country who's not paying that $5.2 million is Geico, okay? Because everyone who's insured with Geico is paying that.
Exactly.
Which means, even by this story being in the press, means some other dipshit's going to file the same lawsuit.
Yep.
Seeing how close this woman came.
Exactly right.
That's a windfall. People are going to try to get HPV.
I can't believe she got 5 times more than she was even asking for. Normally, you might get 20% of what you were asking for.
Yeah.
You aim high because you're going to settle low. And this jury, I would love to interview this jury.
Yeah.
Someone.
Unless,
what the
you know
fuck were you thinking?
You know what it probably is?
Explain this to me.
It's probably like Geico's been an insurer for over 100 years. They
got everyone that's just pissed off. They just happen to get 12 people that have all been screwed over by Geico at some point on a claim.
I don't think so.
Fuck them.
No, I don't think so. And I think Geico is very good about paying out claims.
Seems to be.
I think the problem here is it's the McDonald's argument. They've got so much anyways. What's $5 million to them?
Yeah,
fuck them.
But why do you go above and beyond? It's
not a mom and pop restaurant where.
Why do you go above and beyond? Why? I mean, if that's fine. She was suing for $1 million. That number came to you. You didn't say, hey, what do you think this is worth?
Yeah.
She sued for $1 million, and they arbitrarily went above and beyond 5x.
Well, what does HPV do? It can cause cervical cancer, other cancers, genital warts. And so for a jury, they might be deliberating about this and going, look.
$1 million's way too low for
$1 million's
warts.
way too low. If it shaves 15 years off her life because she got cervical cancer and died, or it's going to affect every relationship she has going forward now that she's got these grotesque genital warts. You know what I mean? And so while she's
already
only
got her
looking
guy,
for $1
that's
million,
obviously already got him too. So they're a fucking match made in heaven.
Perfect. Yeah, it's the AIDS couple.
There's this fucking whole story is so wrong on every level, at every turn, at every fucking aspect.
Yeah.
The only thing that's been even remotely right is the Supreme Court kicking it back down.
Right.
And the reality is that they should have just been like, no fucking way.
By the way, the more we discuss this, okay, they admit she's in a relationship with this guy.
Yep.
My guess is the only time they fuck isn't in the car.
Right. Or prove it. Or prove that they even actually did fuck in the car.
Well, you could probably take a black light and prove that. Maybe.
Still.
But still, how do you know it wasn't the hotel?
My point exactly.
The weekend up north you guys took to a hotel. Or, in her apartment or his house or your friend's house when
fucking
he
shakedown.
stayed the night over the weekend.
And I hate it.
How do you know you didn't get HPV from hanging out and getting too shit-faced at your friend's house and you and your boyfriend spent the night in her spare room? You got it there. Why not sue her fucking home insurance?
All of it. Right?
You know, why go after Geico when you could go after a big-time home insurance claim and say...
What difference does it make?
Yeah.
I mean, the number's the number. The jury apparently gets to set the fucking amount.
Outrageous.
Unbelievable. I mean, just ridiculous. I mean, we've done a lot of stupid stories in here. And that, I mean, that's right up there. Yeah. And one of the dumbest things I have ever heard.
Yeah.
And not only...
It worse than the McDonald's lady that spilled the hot coffee in her twat.
Much worse. Much worse, yes.
Because she actually had like third-degree burns, you know, where she could go. It was a result of McDonald's not putting the lid on tight enough, whatever she said.
Yep. And absolutely true. I mean, it's I mean, if somebody's that's their negligence that caused you bodily harm.
Yeah.
That McDonald's, either their coffee.
I don't even know if it was. I think she just spilled it in her lap.
Maybe
she closed her legs together.
I get
that was a Figer case,
I
right?
get coffees all the time on the road.
Yeah.
You know, and I get it a lot where the lid's not on all the way.
Yeah, that pisses me.
And here's the thing with those little cups, if that lid's not, that's the stabilizer.
Squish.
If that's not on all the way, you go to grab it out the window, boom,
Squish.
You're already screwed.
Yeah, agreed.
So if that's compromised, yeah, and the fact that it was so hot that it burned and caused that level of burns. I mean, coffee's supposed to be hot, but not like burn your mouth hot. And McDonald's still is that way. Like I get a McDonald's coffee, like I got to take the lid off and let it sit out for like 10 minutes before I'll even fuck with it.
By the way, can one of our nerds answer this? I'm assuming you don't have a science degree, do you?
Yeah, of course.
I mean, you've got a science degree in common sense, obviously, but why is a coffee, when I pour it in my Yeti, right, I'm going on the road, if I just pour the coffee and the creamer in that Yeti without putting the lid on and I drink out of it, no problem, drink right out of it.
Yeah.
As soon as I put that lid on there, it becomes 10 times as hot.
Because the steam is building up in there. And so what you're getting is especially when you open that up and you take that out to take that sip, all that steam is coming out into that too. It's not just the coffee that's doing it.
You pretty confident about that answer? There's not some. I mean, it sounds great.
Yep.
And I'm fitting to believe it.
Yep. I mean,
is there some compound breakdown in the Yeti that makes it?
And it might. I mean, it stays warm.
God, the steam aspect. I never thought about that. Yeah. That's a good one. Because I'm not talking about just a Yeti with their special design. Starbucks coffee. You take the lid off. I can drink, put that lid back on, and start drinking. It's hot as balls.
Mm-hmm. Well, because you're letting all that heat out. I mean, even in that immediate thing, just that heat that is able to escape.
Yeah.
And that coffee cools exponentially faster because the lid's not on there, keeping that all in. I mean, feel free to retort, nerds of the world.
Oh, I'm sure there's a nerd out there go, really, Troy? You think it's the steam? How fucking dumb are you? It's not the steam.
But it's not how dumb I am. It's how smart I sound.
You sounded really
dumb.
smart.
Exactly.
If I was your kid, if I was your daughters, I would have bought that whole.
It's all about confidence.
It might even be the way you delivered it was fantastic.
Yeah,
really was good shit. You didn't smile. You didn't break character.
No, you
were totally talking out your ass.
No,
but
I'm confident. I'm actually confident in that answer. But I could say the same thing of total bullshit.
Yeah,
with the exact same delivery.
Yeah,
that's what. Keeps you on your toes.
Isn't there a game show that does that?
Call my bullshit. I don't know.
Something like that, where you they give you 3 answers and 2 of them are total bullshit.
2 truths and 1 lie, or whatever.
Yeah, or something like that, where you can. And depending on your delivery, will people believe what you said?
I'm sure there is.
The first penny was invented in, whatever, and you just rattle off some more shit.
That sounds terrible.
Yeah. No, it's not. It's not bad actually, but.
Show I should go on.
Kumail Nanjiani.
Okay.
Familiar with him?
I'm guessing of Indian descent.
Yes. Very good.
Dot, not feather.
Yes. Right. Also correct.
Yep.
He's
bit of the Punjabi, perhaps.
Yes. There you go. Very good. He
see?
He's from Uttar Pradesh, I think.
Okay. Fantastic.
He's in Silicon Valley.
All right.
He's I love that show. No, the TV show. Remember the TV show? Did you watch Silicon Valley?
Yeah, I did. That was a great show.
Yeah. So you had Martin
T.J.
Starr.
Miller.
Yeah, Martin Starr plays the bearded nerd.
Yep.
What the fuck was his name?
I forget what his name.
Who's on Tulsa King now?
Now he's watching. Now
digging.
he's Bodie on Tulsa King.
Exactly. Well,
shout out to J.R. Adams.
Yeah,
we haven't gotten to his episode yet. It's coming up.
Nice. Yeah. He looks like a badass in the still shots I saw he posted on Facebook. No, but Kumail is the other nerd in Silicon Valley.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
He might have been in Harold and Kumar.
I don't think so.
Is that a different Indian?
Yes.
I get them confused. They all look the same to me.
Yep.
Yeah. He claims he would like to star in more villain roles, but has been told studios refuse to cast non-white actors in those parts.
See
how this is coming full circle?
Yeah, we just talked about that, right? Yeah, you don't get to. No. We can't have a brown guy as a villain. That's just
the amount of white burglars who are robbing black families is just watch the TV commercials.
It's an epidemic right now.
It's an epidemic. It's an epidemic. I mean, I don't care what alarm system you're going with.
We've fallen on hard times.
They're all the same.
Yep.
Fucking scraggly white guy breaking into the picketed fenced black family's home again.
Yeah.
So that's what he's running into.
Well, that's the only way you can get that close to the house. You can drive straight there without getting pulled over.
Just stay there. So he says, I think that Hollywood now, even though they're trying to be more diverse, is still weird.
Are they? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
All right.
So you've noticed too? Have you, Kumai?
Yeah.
Kumail, whatever your name is. You've noticed? Because we've been noticing that for a long, long time. And so all their wokeness and all their, trying to be so woke and diverse has now turned the corner to where even fucking people of color are getting turned down for roles that they want.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to further perpetuate the stereotype that black and brown guys.
Look at this fucking stud.
Is that him for real?
Yeah, man, I don't know what's going on with this thing. I can't pull it up.
That's bullshit.
Yeah.
You think that's real?
I think that is. Yeah, I saw something where he was like fucking super into working out and shit.
Really?
Yeah, which is probably why. So, I mean, good on him. But yeah, dude's fucking yoked, man. That might be the most ripped Indian guy I've ever seen in my life.
Can you name another Indian who's even close to that yoked?
Okay, no. That's so to my
Yeah.
point. Ding.
I'm trying to think. I'll even let you go feather or dot.
Oh, boy.
If you had feather in, there's definitely a warrior element to that. So maybe there's some feathers that are ripped like that. But dots, name another dot like that.
I can't. Sorry. No.
Raj?
No. Have you seen him? He's puffed up, man. He's living the good life these days.
Next time I talk to Raj, I'm going to ask him, dude, name a yoked Indian.
Yeah. He's into all that Bollywood shit, so he'll probably be able to rattle off. Oh, yeah.
Dude, he fucked our Netflix up for a while. He fucked it up. He was here for 2 nights and started watching Bollywood movies. Now our Netflix is like, would you like to watch more Bollywood?
Yes. Continue watching.
How would you like to continue watching blah, 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 blah? And I'm like, the Punjabi who crashed Uttar Pradesh. Would you like next episode? I'm like, no, what the fuck is this?
Oh, Raj.
And I went to his house and I stayed there for a couple weeks. And there were some times he's like, he had to run some errands, whatever he had to do. And so I was there. He's like, help yourself to the TV. Holy shit. There's a whole other Netflix and Hulu out there that you didn't know existed.
Oh, I bet. I'm sure.
It's
they're supposed
remarkable
to be
when you see it in person.
There's because they say that there's only a percentage that's shown on Netflix of what their actual catalog is. And there's codes that you can put in to access certain
other movie titles.
Bollywood stuff. If you want to do that, it'll come up and it'll be all Bollywood stuff.
Yeah.
If you want to do all murder mysteries. You want to do all comedies, whatever it is. What they show you is only a fraction of what they have.
If you type in, if you go into Netflix and on their search engine type in, thank you, come again, it pulls up the whole fucking Indian catalog.
No, there's actual codes. Something that you're supposed to be able to put in there, not just search comedies, and do it.
Dude, I've never even accidentally typed the wrong thing and gotten Bollywood movies. His entire Netflix is Bollywood movies.
Yeah.
That's his jam for real.
It's catered to you.
Yeah.
It's personalized now. Once you pull 1 or 2 of those up, boy, they know. They're onto you.
I thought
we got one.
I just assumed that what I like, everybody likes. Because I
Yeah.
like the best shit.
Well, of course.
You know what I mean? Like the stuff I choose is by far the best shit. So I
Obviously.
assumed everybody
You would think.
was into the same stuff I'm into. And then I get to Raj's Netflix and was like, whoa,
Right.
what's going on here?
Raj is like the whitest Indian I've ever met.
Yeah, he
I can't
is.
believe he's really rocking all the Bollywood stuff.
Yeah, he's full on.
Hey, he's keeping it tight to the heritage, man.
Yeah.
Respect.
He is. He gave me a thing. I gotta hang it up too. It's like all these Indian flags on a string. You know,
Okay.
like all these little mini flags, and you're supposed to hang it over your door for peace and prosperity. And
All right.
all that. So I don't know if a gunman shows up at my door, they'll be like, God damn it, he's got
Man,
the
I was
fucking
gonna.
flags.
Yeah.
Shit.
Well, hopefully he's from Uttar Pradesh and he knows what it means.
Yeah.
Well, fingers crossed.
Yeah. Well, if he's from Uttar Pradesh, he certainly doesn't have COVID. That
Kumail
we can say.
Nanjiani. But yeah, dude, fucking good on this guy. He's
Wow.
fucking ripped.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. So no wonder he wants to have these villain roles.
He'd make a good villain.
Yeah.
Look at
Well, you know
that.
what they can't be is like the heartthrob.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying.
You're not making the rules.
I'm just saying.
Just playing by
in a Bollywood movie, maybe, but you can't pull that off in American film. I'm sorry, you just can't. I mean, now they probably will. They'll shoehorn that shit in there.
Yeah.
You know what
they will until it
you know
just
what I thought of about
refuses to make money for him.
The Jack Black in Shallow Hal
Yeah.
character.
Yeah.
Like, come on,
Really?
No, like that's
Hot Gwyneth Paltrow.
right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Like you're pulling all that box.
Jack
No.
Black has never made sense.
That's
as
a
far as
Ryan
Hollywood
Reynolds
goes.
type, role,
Yeah,
something
yeah.
along those lines.
Yeah.
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 And I love Jack Black, and he's talented as fuck.
Yeah.
But
yeah. But
not
you
in
can't
that-
have
you can't have him
squishy fat guy as your heartthrob.
Right?
No.
They tried to. It's like when they tried to make what's her, the fat blonde comedian chick, try to make her hot for a minute,
Oh, the one that lost all the weight?
and then something came up on my Facebook the other day with her. It was like shows off her killer curves in like this moo looking one piece thing.
Yeah.
Like killer
Well-
curves. Like if she sits on you.
Yeah. Well, she lost a bunch of weight, but there's no amount of Hollywood surgery that's going to fix. Like when she takes it all off, what's going on there is going to be
disaster.
In case you forgot what it's like to look like to weigh 400 pounds,
Yep.
here's a permanent reminder.
Yep.
I would think.
You would think Amy Schumer.
Oh, that pig.
Yeah.
No. I thought
Who
you
are
were
you thinking
talking.
about?
I thought you were talking about the other fat blonde.
Be more specific. Okay, you're doing great.
She was in a bunch of shit. She's with like Kristen Wiig and
Oh, the
her last name's familiar. It's
Yeah.
right on the
tip of your tongue,
dick,
perhaps.
dick tip of my tongue. Oh, it's right on the dick tip of my tongue.
Yeah, like one of the famous families.
Yeah. Was she on SNL at one point?
Let
Or
me
was
see
that
what.
a different fat
Let me
chick
see
on
what
SNL?
fat actresses gives me.
Yeah. Try Tubbo too. Tubbo actresses might work.
Ooh,
What?
man. Oh, I take it back. It's because that was a sitcom. I was like, damn. You know what? The first thing that came up was
What?
Kirstie Alley.
Ooh,
I was like, damn.
that's a cheap shot. She just
Yeah.
died too.
I know. That's
She's
why.
conservative though. They're gonna throw that.
Yeah, I know.
She was smoking back in the day though.
Yeah.
Yeah, on Cheers and stuff. I thought
She
was
she
really
had her
hot.
moment.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, it's Rebel Wilson.
Wilson. There you go.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Thank you. It was not. Can you believe it? It was not on this list either.
Rebel Wilson's not.
Yeah, most magnificent BBW actresses. Not even in the top 12.
What is BBW? Big Black Whore.
Oh yeah. Well, but see, big but beautiful.
That's BBB.
Yeah, big, beautiful women. Something like that.
BBW.
Yeah, it's not BBC. It's not Big Black Cock. It's not Big Black Women.
It's not-
It's big but beautiful. Something. Big beautiful women. Whatever BBW is.
yeah.
Because they're not all black. Melissa McCarthy's in
Big
there.
butt beautiful would be insulting as shit. We know she's a fucking
Triple B.
huge monster, but she's still beautiful. It's kind of what that's saying. If you go big butt, beautiful.
Yeah. It depends on how many T's are in that butt.
Yeah. Or U's. So he went on to say, I'm tired of saying his name, Kumail, went on to say his belief that restricting certain races from playing these parts, even if well-intentioned, is at the same time hindering those actors who Hollywood studios claim to be trying to help. And all of this is bullshit. Kumail, all of it. How about you just pick the best guy, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At this, and that's just as limiting as anything else. I want to play more bad guys. He mentioned Sebastian Stan, known for playing the Marvel superhero Bucky Barnes / Winter Soldier. Stan also plays a cannibal in the 22 horror movie Fresh. He does these big Marvel movies, and then he'll play a psychopath. I was told that that's going to be hard because people don't want to cast non-white people as bad guys.
He's Pakistani, by the way. He's a Paki.
Yeah, that's right. I did know that. Who's the guy, that movie you love? Is it Christian Bale in American Psycho?
Oh, fuck yeah. Oh,
yeah.
That's classic.
So here's a guy who can play a sociopath and also play the heartthrob.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And it works.
Right.
The actor said he doesn't believe he would have been cast as Steve Banerjee in the new Hulu series Welcome to Chippendales if it hadn't been based on a true story.
That's why he's yoked. He just did a Chippendales thing. I got it figured out. I got it up there now. I do.
So that's really him.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's what it was. So he did.
He's a goofy looking fuck though. He's not playing any heartthrobs.
No.
Look what he's done to himself.
Right.
He looks incredible, and you still go, goofy looking fuck.
Yeah.
No
abs
offense.
look like Tetris though. Aren't those supposed to like line up or something down there?
Yeah.
What's going on down there?
Yeah. He's the first Indian to ever pull it off.
I guess.
The Indian abs are going, dude, we do not know what you're going for.
Right.
They're doing their best,
They're
but
trying. Give us some curry.
Welcome to Chippendales. Let's see. He believes he got that part based on the fact it's based on an immigrant from India, and he says it would have gone to a white actor instead. Like, yeah, if they thought that would have sold more movie tickets.
Yeah, that's the bottom line.
That's what they're looking to do.
Unfortunately.
I've never gotten the opportunity to play a character like this who has such a big arc and descent into darkness. I've always wanted to play the bad guy. I don't mean just guys who are kind of shitty. I mean a bad guy. There are like 20 unbelievable things that happen in the course of our show, and that all happen in real life. And it had interesting stuff to say about the American dream and how accessible it is to different kinds of people, and to see through that lens of an immigrant. I'm an immigrant, and I had a certain idea of the American dream, blah, blah, blah. Now, obviously, that's evolved. Yeah, he's basically realizing what we've all realized for quite a while now, which is it's hilarious the way they're bending themselves into pretzels. Mm-hmm. It's almost more racist to do that, to act like, we don't, the idea of a black guy robbing someone's house, it's so foreign to us. How could we possibly cast that?
Yeah, it's the only thing that's possibly an option.
Yeah, it's a weird reverse racism type thing.
Yeah.
Like, if you just looked at humans as human, normal as normal, each person is their own whatever, you would just go, yeah, this guy's great for this role of bad guy, or as bank robber, or as, the guy robbing a train, or whatever. It doesn't matter what color he is. He's got the best delivery. He's got a mean mug look that he pulls off. But no, what you're saying is,
it's just not very intimidating if you have that accent.
No, but
put the money in the bag.
No, what they're saying though is, obviously it's all black people who commit these crimes. So we're trying to be the good guy and not perpetuate that stereotype that everyone obviously knows is the reality, that only black guys shoot people, only black guys rob people. So we're going to be the good hero that we can, and we're not going to cast any of those people in roles. What you've done is you've brought it to the forefront and made it so obvious what you're doing.
Yeah.
That even an Indian like Kumail is going,
come on, man.
Can I not play bad guy, please? One time in career, play bad guy.
I can hear Raj yelling at your accent right now.
Oh, my God, yeah. I almost want to call him right now and just do that accent for a second.
Just to have him yell, what is that?
Go, fucking Walters, really?
Yeah.
God. I think he's full of shit, too. I think my accent is pretty
pretty spot on. Spot on.
Right?
Yeah. This is the one that was... Amy showing her killer curves.
It did not say that.
No, I swear to God. I think I have it screenshotted into my phone because I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
That is disgusting.
Yeah.
That's a shame.
Amy Schumer shows off her killer curves in bathing suit in the beach or something like that.
You know what, dude? I'm sorry.
I mean, what is that? Who makes that? Spanx?
Yeah, that is hideous. And it's
listen, that's fine. Listen, she's a bigot. It's fine. But don't talk about how she's showing off her killer curves in that.
No, killer curves.
Onesie.
Killer curve says this was done on purpose.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going for this look, and now you're going, look at those killer curves. Killer curves mean nice ass, great tits
Yeah.
in an hourglass frame, right? Typically, that's what that means. Nice curves. That is sloppy laziness. That's all that is. Like, teach their own. I don't care.
Exactly.
That's how I look at a bathing suit.
Right. I mean, and listen, thank you for not putting, for having the full cover up. That's fine. In the crazy pattern, so you can't really focus on any one thing. That's fine.
I can
That's
tell
great.
there's a bunt?
In the oven?
What are they, or a funt? What is it? The fat upper
Fupa?
Fupa, the fat upper pussy part.
Oh, yeah. It's
You can see the fupa right there.
yeah, you can.
Here's the problem I have with this, and why I say this is lazy. This is what normal people look like.
Yep.
If you're paid gazillions of dollars to be in Hollywood, you have chefs, you have trainers, so that you never have to look like a normal human.
You also have genetics.
Right, but I'm saying you can defeat genetics with millions and millions and millions of dollars if you're not lazy. You can have the best
And that's fine. Listen,
gym in your house
she
and the
should-
best instructors and the best chefs.
I feel bad for her. I really do, because she did
don't.
not. No. Well, I mean, her specifically, okay, because she was kind of cunty about it a little bit, but
Yeah.
she also leaned into it. It's been a whole thing. But okay, so she didn't come onto the scene to be sexy. She was
No, she was
funny.
comic.
She was the Rebel Wilson, right? And like, she's another one. That,
Was
like,
she? I think of her as pretty thin back in her early days.
No. She was big, and then she got thin.
She
for
got
some
Hollywood
roles,
thin. Yeah,
but that wasn't sustainable. Is my point? Is
Yeah.
they she was probably more pressured into that. Like, oh, we'll give you these roles, we'll get all this stuff and all that. But you're not gonna. That's not her body style. That's not her lifestyle. That's not what she was about. Right? It's one thing to be like super
She
hot
loved it,
and
though.
then let it go. Of course, but that was when you're getting roles, and that you know what I
Yeah.
mean. Like, how can you not?
You know the movie she did with Bill Hader? This was like one of her first lead roles. She did it. He's a doctor. LeBron James makes an appearance in it.
she's like,
And-
she's supposed. That was one of her like first hot fucking
Yes,
roles
and
or whatever.
she got smoking. Well, for her, smoking hot for that role. And I remember reading interviews with her talking about how hard it was.
Yeah.
To get in that shape
train
and
wreck.
train wreck, and to sustain that for any length of time was a bitch. You can imagine what you have to eat to pull off a body like that, especially when your body doesn't naturally do
Not
that.
eat. Yes.
You know what I mean? Like Michelle Dion.
Oh, yeah.
The lovely and talented could eat like a fucking. She does eat like a pig sometimes. She can eat anything she wants for eternity, and she's gonna look as hot as she does.
Yeah.
Right. That's the genetics you're talking about that Michelle Dion has.
There you go.
That holy shit.
It's like fucking
Grimace.
what was Grimace?
That's full Grimace, dude. That's Grimace. Look at how purple her face is. That's full Grimace.
I was thinking, what's the chick from Willy Wonka?
Oh, Veruca Salt?
Veruca Salt.
Was it Veruca Salt that blew up like a
I
blueberry?
think so. Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, but so she wasn't little when she started. She got a little. She was big and she was funny and she started to get a little traction.
Yeah.
And then they were like, okay, but now if you were hot, we could give you all these other roles. So she did that. She lost the weight, and then, and then got killed when she couldn't keep it off. And that's where I say I feel bad for her, because it's just not reality. And that wasn't her thing. She didn't come onto the scene to be sexy and to be the hot, leading lady in that. She
leaned into it,
She
though.
was, of course she did. I mean, well, why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I mean, you're getting
True.
roles, you're getting money, you're getting adoration, you're getting all that stuff.
But she was getting all that
It's like-
stuff already.
Yeah, but for
from
different,
comedy.
but for different reasons, right? Like,
Yeah.
like Melissa McCarthy has just leaned into being the biggin.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's been
And
great
just-
for her.
And right. And so
Wait till she loses a few pounds, though. People are going to fucking pounce.
Right?
Oh, are they going to beat her ass?
It's a cruel,
Yeah.
cruel world, man. It just really is. And so, I mean, not that I'm a huge Schumer fan by any stretch. I just feel like she was fucked from Jump Street. Like, if she could have just been comfortable enough in her own skin, which I feel like she almost was in the beginning.
Yeah.
Like, that was kind of her thing. This is me. This is what I do. Like, that was her shtick. That was all of it.
Yeah.
And then she got a little bit of success, and then she got this, and she lost a little bit of weight, and then she got this role, but it wasn't sustainable. It wasn't real.
Right.
And then, so now it's a thing when she comes out in a muumuu on the beach, whether she's huge or whether she's little, like Jessica Simpson. She looks like anorexic now. Like,
Well-
she got huge, now she's tiny, like...
Yeah, well, with Amy Schumer, like you wouldn't do that to one of the truly fat actresses, the one you just named.
But even that, like,
hold on, let me. Who did you just name?
Melissa McCarthy.
Melissa McCarthy. You wouldn't do the headline of her in a one piece as big as she is at the beach and say Melissa McCarthy killing it with the curves.
Yeah.
Like, they know what they're doing with Amy Schumer. They know she looks like shit, but they can't say, holy shit, try to not vomit while looking at this picture of Amy Schumer in a bikini. Or the bathing suit. That's not.
But she might have just lost 50 pounds at that point.
Well, at that point,
Well, at this point, she lost 100. But
right. No. That picture, they wanted to be able to get that picture in so people could go, oh, Jesus, what happened to Amy Schumer?
No.
They wanted to get that picture in there, but they couldn't say, look how gross Amy Schumer looks, because you can't say that anymore.
Shows off her killer curves.
Shows off her killer curves. Yeah. And then everyone goes, killer curves, and has the discussion we just had.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing. Because you used to be able to just go, oh my God, how do people see this whale on the beach? Or they would just say, Amy Schumer has a whale of a time at the beach. Like, that would have been the old headline. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. Yeah. No, it's, it's the stereotypes out there. It's.
God, she's gone up and down.
Yeah, she really has. But like I said, I mean, she started.
Look at that fat face.
Yeah, and then it is, and that's. I mean, we joke about this. It's the potential we call it. The fat potential. You know it.
Her potential's off the hook.
Yeah, when you see it, when you have that round chubby face, you could be bone thin, but at some point, it's gonna go.
You know who I was shocked with, because that theory proves to be true 100% of the time. As far as I knew.
Yeah.
The Facts of Life reunion, Blair.
Okay.
Who had more fat? Like, you knew Blair was the beautiful blonde, whatever,
Yeah,
prissy,
she definitely had that potential.
rich girl. And it was like the potential is off the charts.
Yep.
Like, this thing's going to go south. It's going to explode. It's like Verlander's wife, Kate.
Oh, Upton.
Upton.
Yeah.
And it was
not Hudson. She's never going to gain a pound.
No. But Kate Upton. Family Guy did a joke on that, like, oh, something about Kate Upton. Hurry up and answer the door. Hot Kate Upton's there, and as soon as you open the door, it was like, oh, too late. It went. Like, they got the joke,
yes, exactly.
Which, shit, I had no idea on the potential. Amy Schumer, she almost looks sickly hot.
Yes.
It almost looks wrong seeing her hot.
Yeah,
now.
Exactly. And so that's my point, is that she, it wasn't realistic for her. She didn't come on to be hot and then blew up.
Right.
Like, she was big, she was a comedian, and then she got a little bit of success, and then she got turned up in the machine, and she had to be what they wanted her to be.
Yeah.
If you do this, we can give you these roles, you can do that. And then she got a little taste of it, and she had Trainwreck. She was a leading lady in a major fucking film.
Yep.
And then now everybody expects that that's just what she's going to be able to be. Well, it's just not.
Not reality.
No. Yeah. And I mean, look at the guy we were just talking about, fucking Kumail.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, he's ripped like that because he did a Chippendales movie. He's not ripped like that every day of his life.
No, I think he plays the guy that started Chippendales or owned it or
whatever.
Something. Like, he's the manager.
I'm sure. But
listen,
and maybe
I
he is. I
get
don't know.
it.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But you see these guys.
He can never play Clark Kent, is your point.
Right.
He can't.
No.
Jimmy Garoppolo could.
Oh, yeah, big time. Yeah.
But Kumail can't.
No.
Not here. Maybe in a Bollywood film and maybe somewhere down the line. But
you see
he's done everything he can with
his
body.
Put on weight, take off weight, get yoked. Especially like Christian Bale is a great example of that. I mean, he's gone to the extremes. What is it? The Machinist, I think, is a movie that he did. Have you ever seen that? Like, he is like,
I don't know,
scary fucking. He lost so much weight for that. It's
he's
crazy.
done that for a few roles, I think, like Plumped Up or lost weight.
Let me see. Is that what it is? The Machinist. Yeah, Christian. Like, here you go. Look at this.
So he was like heroin thin. Is that what you're talking about? Oh shit.
Oh wait, why did that fucking like that? Like that's what. Look at this. This is a real fucking picture of him in this fucking movie right here.
Is it really?
Yeah. Like
I would think insurance wouldn't even cover him to be on a set looking like that.
Yeah, damn it! Why is it not coming in good like that? But I mean, yeah, look at him,
dude.
Like,
that's incredible.
That's unbelievable. Yeah, like he's gone to that extreme for these roles of what he
is. That method? Is that what they call that?
I guess, or math. One of the two. One of the two. Something like that.
Well, he's always in good shape. So maybe it's not that
Overall,
hard to
Yeah.
you know, for a guy that's shredded normally,
Yep.
to lose 20 pounds probably makes him look like that.
Yeah. You know what was another good example of
Jesus.
that? Yeah, that's going way back. But another good example of that was the Joker with Phoenix.
Yeah.
Where they wanted him to be like portly, and it
Joaquin.
was like, oh no, and then he had the idea to make him like super skinny and like, you know,
Creepy too.
like creepy
and
skinny.
it works.
And it works. It was like that. It was like, I mean, it was so effective.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, holy shit, man.
Yeah.
And there's I mean, I forget there's another movie with Bale, if I go through that, but where he's like big. He's huge. He does what's his guy? The politician that shot the guy. Hunting shot the dude. What's the fuck?
Oh, yeah, the VP.
Yeah, what the fuck is his name?
Whatever.
Not Dole.
No. It was George W. Bush's
Yeah.
guy.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Anyway,
I know
but
who you're
yeah,
talking about.
but he put on a ton of weight for that. So
Yeah.
I mean, but these guys. So this is fluctuating it for
Cheney?
roles.
Dick Cheney?
Dick Cheney. Yes, there you go. Thank you. Well done. There you know.
It's embarrassing at this point.
But I mean, you think about it. So I mean, that's a 100-pound swing, easily.
Yeah.
From that to that with this guy. But nobody blinks an eye.
Yeah.
You know, because it's a guy and it's for roles or whatever. But
Right.
so it's just not fair.
Let's get to some email.
Let's do it.
And we'll call it a day there. We got another show to do this week. Don't worry. And we'll do some exclusive content at some point here soon as well. And I believe Amy and Isis are coming in Friday. He texted me today asking
All right.
if they could come in.
Excellent.
I might sit in with them. You're welcome to if you're here.
Nope.
Okay, that's fine.
I gotta take
and we'll
a
do
day
something
off.
with Henson too. So
3G.
lot going on. Morning, fellas. So my friend. So this is from the Woke Bay.
Oh, hi, babe.
So he heard us talking about his transgender friend who's coming to town.
Okay.
From
Next week.
from Arizona next week, and I believe we've settled on Wednesday.
Excellent.
That they will be in here. Morning. So my friend is male to female and unsure of getting bottom surgery.
Okay. Well, that's a
We'll
big
have
decision to make.
We'll have a discussion about
Yeah.
that with her. Also, catching up on the show and listening to you and Troy talk video games makes me want to grab a microphone, LOL. So, when you buy a disc, technically the game itself is too big to even be put on a disc these days. That's what I found out when the warden got the PS5 and we were like, I don't know what to get. It was like Modern Warfare, Call of Duty. Are those two separate games, or is that Call of Duty Modern Warfare?
I think it's a version of
Call of Duty.
Yeah.
So we got that game for it. It took it. I gave up, but it was like a 3-hour download, and I'm like, I've got the disc. What are we downloading here?
got you.
And I didn't know if it needed to do some update, but this makes sense
So
now that
the
I'm
disc
reading
is
this.
just the fucking file to go in and
Yes.
download it or whatever.
It's what it sounds like.
But it didn't used to be that way.
No, hell no. So what the disc is pretty much just a download for the game from the internet, like it's a link to a website. So yes, unfortunately, the makers have control over any game made past the PS4 era, and they can stop you from going online or even playing it if you don't want to update it. It's part of all that long-ass legal text you agree to every time you open a new game, and it wants
agree.
you to accept the terms of service. Like right now, I've been playing a lot of the new Call of Duty, and in that agreement to play online, it actually states that they can just ban me for whatever they feel like, including voice chats. So if I or another player says something ridiculous on voice chat, they can play it back from the match that was reported and ban me for my game, for my in-game speech.
Well,
It's led to me getting creative with insults when talking shit. My current favorite is, "You're a single mother, and I hope your rent gets raised."
that's nice. I like that.
He says, I say this to everyone, even the men. It means absolutely nothing, but it still hurts for some reason. Anyway, so yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm not a gamer. I haven't been in there, but I've known and I've heard that that gets pretty fucking out of hand. So the chats and the chatter in those
So
games. So I understand
To
that.
me, so what, you know?
Well,
if you don't like it, leave. That's always been the thing.
Well, hold on a second. If you're a person playing it and there's somebody else that's playing it that is just being absolutely over the line, offensive.
Like what? Dropping N-bombs?
Sure. Well, that would be a perfect example of that. Okay. So that person is supposed to leave and not be able to play the game because this person is saying that kind of stuff. That's so no, I don't. I mean,
in that window, but who's the arbiter? Again, this all comes back to the same thing.
But
who's the judge?
Your excuse was leave, and I don't think that's
yeah.
Well, that's fine. I don't think
because
that person should have to leave if that person's not the one doing anything wrong.
Well, you can go find another group to play with. You can have your own friends to play with, or you can play against the game itself. You don't have to be in that online world, which is a cesspool. I'll grant you that.
Of course.
But who makes the call? If I go, motherfucker, and I have some uber Christian on there, I say, God damn it, and some uber Christian's in there and wants me banned from the game because I offended them by saying, God damn it, multiple times.
Is it possible?
Who makes the
yes.
call?
Does that actually happen? Probably not. I would assume.
Oh, I bet it has. If you wanted to be a dick to someone, you could call people out for anything, unless you just go, hey man, settle it in the game with whoever you're playing with. Leave us out of it. We just made the game. Leave us out. That's my personal opinion.
Fair.
I know a lot of people don't agree with that, but that's okay. You don't have to. All right. Fuck those NFL pussies.
Okay.
Guess who this is from?
Hi, James.
3 weeks off, and you guys don't miss a beat. You guys hit the ground running with spot-on coverage of the clot shot football guy. Hot shot football guy? Clot shot? Is he talking about blood clot? I don't know. The coverage makes me want to puke. Yeah, it made me want to puke, too.
Yeah.
From the second it happened through until whenever it ends, it's a travesty and corny. However, you have no problem with the multimillionaires crying and not finishing the game? Come on, Mike. However, you have no problem with the multimillionaires crying and not finishing the game? Yeah, them crying. I think if what he's talking about, I think I was making the distinction.
You didn't take issue with the players. You took issue with the announcers and the coverage of it. Yes.
The usual, the media. Yeah. I didn't buy them. I thought they were fucking trying not to be abused by Twitter.
Yeah.
The players, I understood that they would feel that on a different level completely. Sure. And it makes sense that they would. Come on, Mike. These pansy-ass pukes need to get their carcass off the field and play the game. 5-minute delay max. They're paid to play. Play. The Bills coach conceded. So nice win, Cincinnati. For the record, my coworkers feel the same. The pussification of everything is at a fever pitch. Will this ever stop? Alas, I think not. There's no hope, but at least we got TDC. Thanks for all your efforts in righting society's wrongs. Ciao for now, boys. Please. I want to read your emails, all of you, especially you, James, when you get a little heated. Make sure your punctuation is on point, and make sure you do like your spelling.
Basic spell check.
Yeah, so I can rip through this. Like, I don't know if you meant to say the coverage on the clot shot football guy. Maybe you meant to say that. I don't know. Maybe
a clot in the heart when he got the shot. I don't know. Maybe it was an attempt at a pun, perhaps.
The Bills coach conceded, so nice win, Cincinnati.
So maybe at the time the coach for the Bills was like, "All right, we're not going to come out fine," so they forfeit the game technically.
But they didn't. So I don't know what he's talking about. I mean, if that happened, that would make sense.
And maybe they did. Maybe they just said they weren't going to come out. And so theoretically, they could have forfeited the game and Cincinnati would have gotten the win. But then Cincinnati was like, well, we're not going to play either then. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know the ins and the outs. Because you're not
I have a feeling James doesn't watch much football. That's just my thought. That's a guess. I don't know that. Or he'd be going off about the same vitriol towards a Lions player or coach or something, and he doesn't do that. So my guess is he's inundated with this story because the whole world had to come to a stop because of
everybody knows,
right?
Except for the Pittsburgh
Steelers
player.
When he says the Bills coach conceded, so nice win, Cincinnati, I don't know what that means, and I don't know if it's a punctuation thing or if he's just missing a comma, and then it would all make sense. I don't know.
I wouldn't make sense with a comma either.
No, it really wouldn't.
But. And maybe, like I said, maybe he's privy to information that we don't have, perhaps.
Let's do one more and get out of here.
Yes, sir.
Okay, love for tomorrow. Hi, Mike. My guess is if it was a white dude, a kicker, or some hick offensive lineman, they would not have canceled the game. I just don't think Stefan would have gotten so emotional and indignant about continuing to play. It took on a Flyodian feel, in my expert opinion. Flyodian.
Not sure what Flyodian is, but
fuck me either. A Flyodian feel, in my expert opinion, proved me wrong. I'd also like a toxicity panel on dude blood the night of the incident. I was relieved someone had the common decency to perform an unallowed tweet scan at least. Tweet scan. I sincerely, some racist guy.
Okay.
Fair enough. I wish you guys would nail down the punctuation for me.
Yes.
And just proofread, quick proofread, so that I can give you guys your due and read these fairly and make sure I'm not fucking something up.
Floydian. Strange,
Floydian.
Bizarre, or
It took on
thought-provoking.
That would be Freudian. First off,
Floydian. Freudian's different than that.
what's Flyodian?
Oh, Flyodian. This autocorrect. No, yeah, Flyodian. No, nothing. I don't know. Because it's everything I do is changing it to Floydian.
So some racist guy and James, you guys have some work to do. Can you resend these and help me out on what you're trying to say, and then I'll reread them, and hopefully things go much better, because I don't know what Flyodian means, and maybe I'm a moron.
Yeah,
maybe it's a reference to a new video game.
I Googled it, and it didn't even come up, so I don't know what to tell you. I tried.
Perfect.
All right.
All right, everybody, have a great rest of the night. We will be back tomorrow, and hopefully you'll join us then.